This is Twin Flame Revolution. We're so happy to be here with you today making a video. If you're new to us, we are a same-sex twin flame couple, and we're here to work with advanced souls, other twins, whether you're in a relationship, not in a relationship. We're really just here to help you out, help you kind of remember who you are, come into your awakening a little bit, and get the tools to be able to rely on yourself and to get that information from source. So we're really happy today to be here. We're doing a two-part series. Today we're going to cover two really important points, and next week two really important points. And so this video is really about breaking paradigms. We're in a really new time right now. A lot of energetic paradigms and structures have been really falling and changing. And so, you know, in order to kind of bring that into the 3D, into our consciousness, into how it affects us, we really need to consciously see what paradigms we've been buying into, how they're no longer serving us anymore, and be able to release that. So just excuse me because I have a cold and I sound like a frog.
It's okay.
So I'm sorry. So we're going to cover some really important things. So two issues that are really close to me that we're going to cover today are gender in twin flame relationships, masculine and feminine energy, how it plays out both in our incarnated 3D soul body, I should say, and then how it it plays into the soul level. And then we're also going to cover sort of the white picket fence idea that we have about relationships in general, and how you're not crazy, you're not messed up, and all is not lost if your relationships, and particularly your twin flame relationship, is looking like a lot of chaos and a lot of pain. It makes sense. It's like that for a reason, and what is the reason, right? So letting go of the paradigm that, we're supposed to adopt that idea of what our grandparents and parents had about what relationships are supposed to look like is really important for us. Really important for us to move on and to accept and to really be able to see the absolute beauty in what we have in front of us. So that's what we're going to cover next week. We're going to talk about victim consciousness as well as trusting yourself. So please tune into that. That's going to be a really great video.
So yeah, I just wanted to, before she starts with gender, I just want to set the intention of when we're dealing with paradigms. We need to let go of what we think we know about things, right? So I just want to set an intention of letting go of what we think we know to open space for all the things that we don't know and that we want to know and that we can know, right? So that takes a lot of courage to, when I have paradigms in my life that I believed in since I was young, or I put all my heart into, and they start to break in front of me and shatter because they're not really truth or they're not benefiting me anymore.
It's painful.
It's beyond painful. That's what we've been going through. So if you've been going through a lot of painful stuff, and Mercury just went into retrograde, I'm like, cut me some more. But what comes out of that is if you think of the phoenix, it's like these ashes, there's this huge earth-shattering things that are happening to us for a reason, so that we can come up anew, that we can remember more of who we really are. And so to do that, we really have to be I'm asking for an intention of being just open, right? We just ask to be open today to this new experience, and to be compassion and love through that, to yourself and to others. So I'll let this beautiful woman take over.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's really good and so poignant. And we all kind of shrink away from Mercury retrograde a lot, but it's actually kind of a beautiful time because, especially this one, right in the middle of the winter like this, it's really a time to go in. It's really a time to go into those dark places. And it's okay to go there. We can be active participants of that process. We don't have to get, as Nicole likes to tell me, are you actively going through it, or are you getting dragged? We don't have to get dragged. We can actually actively go through it and say, you know what, this feels like crap. This is painful. This sucks. All this stuff is coming up for me. And it is for all of us. We sat earlier and we did some healing work together, and it's coming up for all of us. And that's okay. It's such a great opportunity. It's such a great time. So having said that, let's kind of open up and get rid of some of these paradigms that are no longer helping us, healing us and working for us. So gender, right? So gender is this interesting thing because we incarnate in flesh in a gender. But that's also for a higher purpose. We're really coming here, we're incarnating, and we're coming to evolve these templates, to evolve the masculine template, to evolve the feminine template, to change them. And that's beautiful. And to also evolve that within our soul. You know, before we come here, we're androgynous beings. And we're a balance of all of this. And so coming into the 3D gives us these opportunities to kind of expand and mold, and, you know, again, grow this. So it's really beautiful and it's really important. But some things that are not helping us as twins, right, is as twins, we can incarnate in all different ways, in all different combinations. You can be in a same-sex twin flame relationship. You could even be in another sort of complicated scenario where you incarnate, and it's for a purpose. You know, before Nicole and I incarnated, and before all of you incarnated, you got together with, you know, your loved one, your twin, you sat at a round table with your guides, and however you want to imagine it, and you guys decided, you said, okay, for this reason, I'm going to be a man. For this reason, I'm going to be a woman. And that's what, you know, can come out of that. So I just, you know, if we can just kind of release a little bit these kind of older ideas, we still have this masculine and feminine in us, right? We still have this polarity. So a lot of people kind of were holding on to the belief that, okay, you know, you can't be in a twin flame same-sex relationship, and that has to do with polarity, and it has to do with balance of masculine and feminine. Well, for instance, we know from Nicole's Akashic records that she identifies as a male soul. That's because she spent a lot of time in a male form. But for whatever reason, and a reason that we'll share with you actually, because we have, you know, received the information of what reason we chose to both incarnate as females, you know, for that reason, she chose to incarnate as a female, in the female body. And it serves our union. It serves our union in a lot of ways. In fact, you know, I'll just address it now. It is why we are able to be in union. We chose to incarnate, and a lot of twins do, in really hard, painful 3D circumstances. We've had a lot of abuse. We've seen a lot of difficult things. And if for us, just for us, not as a general statement, but for us, in order for us to get through the amount of trauma and past life trauma and problems and barriers and boundaries and wounds that we had in order to actually come into 3D union, the best fit was for us to both be feminine, to be able to go into that feminine energy as females. And so there's a reason to that, right? And the other reason that we choose to incarnate as female or male is to be able to tap into that specific template and work on that specifically. Maybe it's for your soul's evolution, or maybe it's because you come to work with that template at the time. The earth needs it. You know, there's a lot going on right now with the masculine and feminine. And there's a lot of wounded, you know, female goddess energy on the planet right now. And there's also a lot of upgrading that needs to be done for the masculine template. So you come here and you come here to do that work, and it's really beautiful, right? So the belief structure that these things are not possible or part of it, they keep us from knowing all of these amazing, beautiful things, and from really honoring why we made this really conscious choice. So also, you know, talking about going into healing, I mean, we choose a lot of variety of different things to incarnate and experience. And that is so that we have that real direct connection with that group of people. Somebody, for instance, and I know that Nicole will talk, you know, also a little bit about where we incarnate in the next piece, but we may choose to incarnate, and our twin might be from a totally different religion or a totally different ethnicity that's, you know, so different from ours that our family cannot accept it, and all of these things. And again, we do that for a reason, because not only we can heal in us, we can heal these direct conflicts, because now we have like an umbilical cord, right? So if I incarnate as a woman, I now have a real direct connection to other women in a specific way. If I am a victim of domestic violence, I have a really strong umbilical connection to women with that, because everything is this connection, this consciousness. So we choose these things as well, really specifically, so we can heal them in us, and then it heals it more broadly. Or maybe even we want to be healers, or we are healers, and so we can, all of the things we experience are an opportunity to tap in and heal that. So it's a really special thing, and it's really a gift. So again, we talked about outward manifestations and polarization. The polarization is there. It's there if you're, it's there sometimes I have the masculine energy, and Nicole reminds me to be in
my feminine.
Yeah, she reminds me to be in the perfect feminine. And we share that. I think that, you know, whether you're a man and a woman together, or two women or two men, it's always there, right? And it's always there to work on. So it is really a beautiful thing, and we should continue to strive to upgrade those and to take, you know, the opportunity to be in that without the sort of judgment and the limitations. Right?
Yeah.
It's limitless. It's all limitless. Right? The 3D to a certain extent is it's our vehicle. It's our tool. It serves us, right? Nothing is by mistake. So it serves us to be a woman in this life for our evolution, for the world's evolution, or it serves us to be a man. And so there's no mistakes. There's no mistakes about what you feel inside, and there's no mistakes about how it works out. And so for me, you know, I really want to give a little bit of an anecdote too, because I think that sometimes we get sexuality really mixed up in this gender process. And sexuality, at least regarding twin flames, it really breaks all the molds. So my mom used to laugh and joke with me, and this is way before we knew we were twins, and I have to say it's absolute truth. My mom used to say to me, if Nicole was a parrot, which I'm glad she's not, I would love her all the same. And I really find that that is 100% true. I can say that with my twin flame relationship, with that connection, sexuality, gender, all of these things, and religion and ethnicity, all of this stuff, all of this 3D stuff that we really attach a lot of hang-ups to, it's irrelevant. That love is so pure, it's so deep, it's a love for yourself. You know, this is a part of your soul. This is a really deep love, and it's really going to surpass that. So if you find yourself, you know, in a relationship with the opposite sex, and then you realize, oh my God, this person's my twin, and I don't know what's happening to me, and you know, if you could just release a little and give yourself a break, that it's not okay. Now I'm gay, I'm not gay, you know, if we can let go of these sort of restricting paradigms, we can experience what that really is, you know, and you chose it for a specific reason, and you know, so it's great. It's actually beautiful. So for now, that's what I wanted to say on gender. I'm going to let Nicole talk a little bit about why twin flame union is really difficult sometimes, and how that's okay. That's really okay. So.
Yeah. I mean, we just went through something massive. So I just wanted to first share that if you're feeling disheartened and you're in so much pain, wow, I honor that. I honor it, and it's real, and it's okay, right? It's okay. So we were talking about the white picket fence. I always laugh. I was like, you know, this idea that, you know, you have these things that we see on TV and these like romantic comedies, and, you know, you want the white picket fence. Listen, we can manifest a white picket fence, right? But this relationship, twin flame relationship, is not the white picket fence fairy tale. And so if you're not feeling that, it's right where you're supposed to be. If you feel like giving up every week, probably right where you're supposed to be. If you are doubting you and your twin, you're right where you're supposed to be. I sometimes question everything like I am insane. I know I'm not insane, but it's really hard because you are remembering all these things of this divine spirit, but yet you're stuck in this body. And this body just is deceitful. It's like these little senses, and sometimes you want to just run around in your senses and be primal and wild out and get drunk and, you know, all these things, and they're harmful, right? But, so what I'm trying to say is that if you're struggling, it is perfectly normal. And I'm going to explain pretty much why. And she brought up a bunch of stuff that I'm going to kind of go into a little bit more deeply. So we incarnate in hard places, right? Yeah. We incarnate in hard places in many lifetimes, in so many lifetimes. I've incarnated in probably everything. I've probably been murdered 1,000,000 times. I've probably, not 1,000,000, but I've probably murdered people. I've probably been raped. I know I have. And I've been abused in this life. And I had drug addiction in this life. And we incarnate in all these places, so there's nothing shocking anymore.
Right.
Right? We still can have karma, but the thing is the empathy, when we're going through something, we can have an abundance of empathy because we've been every aspect. There is nothing that we cannot have empathy for if we don't tap into like the divine self and tap into source. And that we could say everything underneath prime creator is made by prime creator. And so when you're an old soul, you've just been through it all. And we purposefully do it to bring light to it, to transform it, to transmute it, so that I could share with you and you can share with me and we can change. And we don't have to suffer in these areas, and we're shifting the frequency on this planet. So I just got the chills all down my legs. We are shifting the frequency so that more light and more information can come down through all the crap that we're actually transforming. So, so like I said, drug addiction, abuse. I chose to be brought up in a Christian household, being gay. And so at first, I had this aspect of where I was like, God hates me, and I hate God, and I'm disgusting, and I'm going to hell, and all these things came up that I got to transform and know that's not true, because God has provided for me and has protected me, and all the angels in heaven protected me. And so I was able to experience the love that comes from God, and I knew that that wasn't true. I was like, it's absolutely not true what you're saying. And there's so many beautiful aspects to religion, and then there's also the deceit that comes from human hearts. Like that deceit that's not from there, that's just made up, and that's gross, and it's this aspect of us that's just a duality. We need both of them to know the other. So it's all relative, and it's okay. And also we go through a lot of trauma, I said, to clear, right? So
So if we have all of these things, like we bring all of that with us, and then we're facing our twin, who's our mirror,
exactly.
And we expect that it's supposed to be like all fun and beautiful, and that there should be no drama and no fighting and no, well, let me tell you what, right? I mean, it's because of all of that. It's because we bring all of that, and we bring it and we connect with our twin to clear it and to heal it, to move it, to be free of it. And so it's okay, right? It's okay if it's why sometimes we want to run. It's why sometimes we want to grasp. It's why sometimes we want to hide. I mean, it's normal process, and it's, if you can understand that, if you can let go of the idea like, okay, it's broken, it should look like this, a relationship should look like this, our relationship should look like this. Of course, twin flame union at its purest form without the obstacles is beautiful.
Oh my.
It's
sorry.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, right? It's because it's so much love, it's so much God. It's so beautiful. But we're here, right? And we're 3D, and we have a lot of stuff, and that's okay too, right? That's what we came to do, and just want you to know that if it's there, if it's between you, if it's heavy, if it's hard, if it's not, to not expect this sort of perfect harmonious balance. If you don't know what you're getting into, it's okay. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if it's a challenge. It's okay. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just, it's like...
She did. No.
I did.
I'm just kidding. Start a fight on camera. No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, as she, when she was talking about how beautiful it is, I didn't really get to share that after I told you, like, you may want to run every, week. But, like, it's above and beyond the white picket fence. Like, we go into meditation and healing sessions where we go back like centuries, and we know where we are, and we're clearing things that, implants or like all these things, and you're feeling it physically, and you're getting all these downloads, and you're feeling all these energetics from different angels and different stuff like
remembering.
that. You're getting like all this like upgrades, and who the hell wants a fence? Who the hell wants the white picket fence?
But you can have your fence.
You
Like
can
Nicole
have
said.
that. I know.
We can
I'll
all
build
have
the
a
fence for you. You can have a white fence. That's very easy and simple to make the fence. But you get to create this beautiful relationship, and then just the relationship itself, this union, is so powerful on its own. Like it's our baby. Like we take care of that. That comes first before everything else. Like, because that light and that frequency of twin flame union is, it's perfect on its own without, it's just pure love. It's unconditional love. And
the planet needs it.
yeah,
The planet needs it. And, every time you heal something in you, every time you take one of those blocks away from between you and your twin, you're doing it for more than you. We're so connected. You're doing it for more than you. So, sometimes when you feel tired and you just want to give up, like, know that you're doing it for your soul's growth, for your twin, because you're so connected and you are one, for the person next to you that can feel your energy, for the person in India that you don't know because they can feel your energy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So, Dov brought up a little bit about running and chasing and grasping and depression, anxiety, and all these things that happen because of, bonding wounds since we were little. Like, my parents went through a lot when they were, when I was born, and they were having their own issues, and it affected me. Because I felt maybe neglected at times, or I felt abandoned, and there was a lot of abuse and things going on, because everyone in the household was struggling in their own way, with whoever had drug addiction and my brothers, everyone had their own thing, right? And we hide all this and we shove everything under the carpet because, you don't want anyone to see your stuff. But then all these like bonding styles start being created, and they're not exactly healthy. And then you go and you get with your twin who has the same, or different bonding styles, and they're a mess, and you have to create,
Right.
we have to create authenticity and honesty and vulnerability to be like, I feel abandoned by you.
Yeah.
And we've been creating space for, where we could scream in each other's faces and tell each other what we think of each other, and then heal that. Or, just dump everything while the other person doesn't say a word, and then we clear everything afterwards, like just a pile of just everything comes out, and so that we can be in union in a 3D, right? So that we can deal with all those issues, and we can recreate better bonding styles, new, rich, like connection with with us, and connection with everyone, right? Because it affects everything. And then connection with yourself, right? The biggest gift you can give yourself is to master yourself. Love thyself. Treat thyself the way you need to be treated. You know exactly what you need. Right? Sometimes she doesn't know. She doesn't read my mind. And lots of the times I'm just like, sometimes she does read my mind though. We tell it, but sometimes
twins do
when
that.
you really want them to know what you're thinking, they don't know, and then we judge them, and it's like this, And so the other point I wanted to bring up was how we are each other's mirror. And that is so scary, because if you can't even look in the mirror yourself, can you imagine looking at someone that's going to amplify your darkness?
No, you want to run away.
You want to run, but so that's a lot of why you want to run, right? So I just want to honor right now that feeling that you get when you're either with your twin and you want to run as fast as you can, or if you're in separation and you still want to just not believe that this is for you, or you want to get angry. I just want to honor that, and we are right there with you.
Yeah.
With that.
That's for sure.
It is really painful to look at yourself, to look at your stuff. I blamed people my whole life because I didn't want to look at my stuff, right? I was playing victim the whole shebang, even through my drugs, right? You're the reason why I use, right? You're the reason why I just relapsed. I can't tell you how many times I started blaming until I took responsibility for myself. And I still will blame people every once in a while, but we literally give up all our power. And what a gift it is to be able to show each other what needs to be healed. Like, you don't have to go in there alone. You can look at it from a different aspect and be like, wow, I can go in that dark corner of my life that I don't even want to look, and me and my twin can go in there and really gut ourselves out, and we do it together. And if you're alone, you can still do that, right? We're all with you. You have us, you have so many people that are praying for you, that are praying for your union, that are praying for your relationships, that are praying for you as a person to remember who you are and really go into being human, allowing yourself to be human and be flawed and like flawed, but also be able to stand up literally. Like there's times when I feel my spirit in all her beauty and all his beauty, and my shoulders go back and I'm like, woof, like I feel that and I know who I am. And there are times where I am like keeled over in pain because the human part of me is going through turmoil, and that part, that emotional part is what like actually changes everything.
Yeah.
That emotion, we actually teach Prime Creator through our emotions, because every depth of love that we go into, every time you are crying and every time you are going through all this stuff, you're feeding Prime Creator like this love. And I'm sorry, I get so excited. Sorry.
No, it's great.
You know, you don't realize that like Prime Creator loves us that much, where like we actually give so much back and we receive so much in that connection. It's a give take, just like anything in life. It's always a give take. It's like that with God. And I just wanted to say that, you know, just lately, just the messages and the emails that we've been getting and the clients we've been working with, you've blessed our lives so much. We are so grateful for all your hard work, and just saying that you love us, and we being able to like reciprocate that and know that like you're never alone. Like this you're never alone, right? You don't have to feel bad for struggling. Like that's part of it. That's a huge part of it. Right? That's actually not weak. It's courageous to be in it and to not get dragged and try to consciously go through it. But yeah, I'm actually...
Yeah, and we're here. We're here for you, yeah? And if you guys have things that you need us to talk about, or you want to hear from us, like email us, message us, leave comments, because we're here to serve you. And we're here to give you the tools that we learned, to give you the consciousness that we have, so that you will be able to do everything for yourself and be there for yourself and pick yourself up when you need it, you know? So definitely check in with us next week. Do you have anything else you want to say about this one?
No, we just have so many exciting things coming up.
I know, yeah. We're really excited. This is a really exciting time. We're just excited to be here doing this with you. Check out our next week's video. Like I said, we're going to talk about victim consciousness and then being in your power, trusting yourself, your intuition, being able to tap into that more. Also, if you can, go to our website, subscribe for our YouTube, we're on Facebook, and also on Instagram, so that you can kind of follow along with what we're doing. We're going to put out a short video about this, but we are going to be doing an awesome group call next week, so that we can really kind of leave a lot of the stuff and paradigm, belief structures, things like that, that we don't need anymore, that we can leave it in 2016 and we can go into 2017, having left that behind, but also having replaced that with a lot of really valuable you know, things, and some peace and some really strong feelings of connection. So check out, we have a really beautiful new website that's coming. It's almost there, so we're really excited. There's going to be lots of stuff on there, and our blog and everything. So definitely subscribe. You can go to twinflamerevolution.com now, and put yourself on the email list, and definitely get onto the Facebook and Instagram, because there we're going to also be having more information about the healing call that we're having next week, so that you guys can sign up for that. You know, the more the better. The energy is just so good. It's going to be like a really nominal fee, and everybody can be involved, and it's going to be really awesome. So we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll talk to you guys next week.